Would any of you like a fun fact that has absolutely nothing to do with poker? I just found out that the average high temperature for the year in Riyadh is actually a degree cooler than the average high temperature for the year in Bangkok. And of course, Riyadh is nowhere near as humid as Bangkok. Don't live in Thailand. At least not if you don't like hot weather. If you don't like hot weather, do not go to Thailand. At least not for an extended period of time. Really cool place. I would love to actually, go there as a visitor, but not too long, or else I'm gonna die. All right. So yeah, there's my random fun fact that has absolutely nothing to do with poker. Now let's actually talk about poker. It's just Hold'em today, so although actually my commentary was pretty good actually for the more complicated games, if I do say so myself. But here we go. This is a high roller, OSS 221, the progressive knockout, $2,650 buy-in. That's $2,500 for the game, $150 for the rake, and then $1,250 for the bounties. And you can see some of these players who participated but did not run very far. You see that you need to get all the way to 27th place to actually cash out from the regular prize pool. And even then, the first 9 players, like, see, Group, BTC Blade, and Taco on there, just got their money back, and that's it. In fact, they actually lost $37.50 because they didn't get any bounties. They made the money. They got almost all their money back, but not quite. 10, 9. There we go. Future of me with a really nice one. Olele Maiko with a really nice tournament. Because he only entered one time. Like, imagine 4 bullets for a $2,650 tournament. You'll never see me do that. I mean, I don't rebuy, just period. I feel like if I blow them all my chips, I'll just wait for the next one to come by. Or I'll have a better chance instead of rebuying with less of a chance now. Alrighty. So, first hand, we only have 4 people actually being dealt cards because I guess these guys joined the table later on the right-hand side of the table. So I will continue to abuse the 2X button because it's fun. So ace fold from our Ukrainian WhyDoYouFold. Clovis from Russia. I've seen most of these guys actually around for WhyYouOnTiltBruh. I've been waiting for him to finally make one of the final tables that I've been covering because he's been like in the final 20 like 5 times in tournaments that I've meant to cover, but either they did a chop or he busted just short of the final table. But here he finally is. WhyYouOnTiltBruh. Of course, that's the American representative because why not? I really love America's Cardroom though. 8 players, 8 countries. You don't see that too often. WhyDoYouFold calls with the unsuited ace-8. Little awkward kind of hand to play, but he's going to go for it, and these are the top 2 stacks going at it, so the mitigator for sure is enjoying this sight. WhyDoYouFold with the gut shot and of course the 2 overs because it's hard not to have overs to that board. In fact, you can't not have overs to that board. Either you've paired or you have overs. But he does fold again, probably just because of the fact that Clovis is the only person who has him covered. And he's got better things to do than to blow a second place stack in a spot like that. Ace-9 could have gone for it with 7.3 big blinds, decides not to. Not going to harp on that too much, though I may have gone for it. Also, notably, Under the Bridge here from Great Britain has made the final table without a single kill. He still has his base $625 bounty. That's actually pretty impressive. We have a total of 209 entrants, by the way. Alright, well now the mitigator has his better spot than he wanted. He's got the ace-king against Clovis. I see that W, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be pronounced Clovis. It just seems right. Hard gainer might play along with sixes. He is going to play along just to call. The mitigator with the ace-king has Clovis dominated. The question is, with hard gainer now in the hand, if he goes up against hard gainer, it's just a flip. The mitigator is auto-shoving here. Yeah. Thank you for not leaving behind 40,000 or something just to piss me off. Oh, all in means all in. Clovis getting decent odds, but King-Jack is a little bit vulnerable, and with hard gainer to act behind him, he knows that if he folds, hard gainer is definitely going to play along. King-Jack is not really the kind of hand you want to take three ways. He is going to call, though. Hard gainer could lay this down if he wants to. It's 609,000 more. He's getting good odds, but that is 609,000. That's a good chunk of his stack, about 15%. But he's going to keep going, and that's what looks like a great flop for the mitigator, but that 6 for hard gainer gives him a set. Clovis has a gut shot. This is just a classic internet poker flop. Just who comes up with these flops? Crazy robots. Amazingly, it goes check, check. I don't know why hard gainer didn't push the issue there. Frankly, I think that was an auto bet on the flop for hard gainer because there's a lot of draws that you don't want to catch up to you, and you know you got a good enough hand to take on the mitigator. So that should have been a bet from hard gainer. He slow played. The jack comes on the turn, which does not complete Clovis's draw. Now he goes for the bet. Clovis still has pair of jacks now with a gut shot to a queen. The mitigator has to have a queen himself, or else he's out of here. I think he's the first Aussie I've seen at any of these tables. I assume the time zone difference is the main reason for that. Let's stop all these Russians from playing well, though. Don't see too many Australians on ACR for some reason. Clovis is going to stick around, and they both hit their queen. Hard gainer. The set of sixes is now no good. He's got to be regretting the fact that he missed that bet on the flop. Clovis has the nuts. The mitigator has the nuts. The mitigator is about to have 1.35 million in front of him. Clovis is about to have more because he's going to split. He's going to split the main pot with the mitigator, but the side pot is all his. Clovis is going to come out of this hand really, really good. He's going to go for the all-in. Hard gainer now with bottom set. What is he going to do now? He has to know that he completely screwed his hand up, but he knows that's a good lay down there on his part. He knows that Clovis is not going to be bluffing there very often. So good fold, but he missed a huge opportunity there. Except he also didn't, because the mitigator would have gotten there anyway. So, but yeah. Mitigator now, not exactly flush in chips, but he did pick up a decent profit in that hand. Remember, he had 7.3 big blinds. He's got 10.5 now, so good hand for the mitigator. When you have a three-way pot and you chop it two ways, you're doing good. He's not exactly flush in chips, but he can at least wait a little while before he has to go for it again. Gogak 1, I think, is the first Swiss player at a funnel table that I've covered. Wow. Clovis is taking no prisoners right now. That seems a bit excessive for that all-in. Of course, one school of thought is, as soon as you have an ace in a blind v blind situation, you know it's less likely your opponent has an ace, so just, you know what? I'm just going to spam at him. Another good hand to go in with for the mitigator, and probably gets through under the bridge. Have to pretty much go all in to call with 10-8. He's not going to do that. They thought about it. It is a PKO, and he hasn't had a knockout the whole tournament, but that's not really where you want to start. WhyDoYouFold has kings now. Why you on tilt? Better not get fancy. He doesn't get fancy. Okay. WhyDoYouFold ends up with a very small pot, but not much you could do. Nobody really had anything. Overpaid. Just takes that one down. Pick a country, any country. This looks like it might be a chop. Hard gainer versus under the bridge. Under the bridge, does he want to go for it? Probably. Hard gainer might fold. Under the bridge might fold. He is going to fold. That's why he hasn't had any knockouts in this tournament, because he folds in spots like that. Although, I've seen worse, but it looks bad just because we can see it would have been a chop. But I have seen worse folds than that. Overpaid, representing Canada. That's those pocket threes. Remembers the fact that a pair of threes is better than any random 2 cards, and wins the hand like that. Ace King suited again for the mitigator. I don't think it was suited last time, but great hand for the mitigator. He still has a short enough stack that I would just shove here personally. He is just going to shove. Hard gainer with 2s in the big blind would be risking most of his chips. He's not even going to think about it. I agree with that fold. Again, with 2s, the absolute best case scenario you can literally ever have with 2s is a coin flip, and that would have been for pretty much his whole stack. So I like the fold. If he has any pair, you're in deep poop. Mitigator fighting back up to 13.9 big blinds. Well played indeed from the short stack. And under the bridge and WhyYouOnTiltBruh are on a collision course here. Pocket 9s in against pocket aces. You know how I feel about pocket 9s. And bad news, Gogak has a 9. Only the 9 of hearts will do for you. Or a lot of diamonds. Overpaid with pocket 7s. Is going to go all in as well. We saw a 7 fold there as well. That's not necessarily a huge overplay. I mean, it kind of is, but he does have the other 2 way easily covered, as we can see here. He's still got 4 million, even if he loses the hand. He's thinking, you know what? If I happen to hit a set, that could be a double kill, and at a PKO, that could be priceless. So let's just see if I get really lucky here. Nope. There's only 1 7 left. There's only 1 9 left. WhyYouOnTiltBruh looks like a triple up. Nope. Now, the good news, under the bridge, overpaid just saved your butt by playing those 7s. Under the bridge does have the side pot, at least, by getting those 9s to be better than those 7s. WhyYouOnTiltBruh can play poker game with ace-jack suited. Does not have to go all in anymore. All right. I don't think overpaid makes that play if it's not a PKO. Suited ace good enough for hard gainer. Probably was expecting under the bridge to go in with any 2 cards, but he says no, and he's got pocket 9s again. Gogak will probably, he's going to go for the all-in. Under the bridge with a snap all-in as well. But you know which hand I'm favoring here. Odds are the 9s win, but I tend to go with whatever hand isn't the 9s. Although that is a very safe flop for 2 9s. That heart doesn't really mean anything at this point. Okay, 9s win. Congratulations. And we still have 8 players. We're 15 minutes into the final table and no one's been eliminated yet. That is rare. Under the bridge with a tough one there, but I would probably fold that one too, especially with Clovis being pretty much pocket committed at that point. Ace 9's a little bit better. If it falls to him, it's an easy all in. It's not folded to him, though. Clovis has raised again. Now he does go for it. Clovis should call. Although Under the Bridge has a very small bounty that may work in his favor. But I think Clovis is going to find the call just for the math. Only 720,000 to call. It's not much of his stack, and if he has a small pair or ace random X, Jack 10 stands to do pretty well here. He's thinking about it a lot, though. I don't know why he's taking this long. And he just lost his entire time bank. Brilliant. Under the Bridge, congratulations. You're right back kind of in it. I mean, at least you don't have to immediately desperation shove. Overpaid has pocket sevens again. Let's see how much he really likes those. Why you on tilt goes 3x. That might change the way Overpaid is thinking about the sevens. And we saw why do you fold a 7 there. Does he want to take the sevens for a spin again? Or is that price just too steep? He's going to take the sevens for a spin. Hard gainer with a very easy fold. Why you on tilt probably will make this call. It's for all his chips. But these two are going at it for basically both of their entire stacks. We saw a 7 folded. Why you on tilt actually thinking about this? Overpaid just loves sevens. I'm sure he had more reasons for that, but it's kind of fun as an amateur commentator to see, to just simplify it that much. Oh my god, he folded the 10s. You know, I've probably seen pocket 10s get folded incorrectly more than any other hand in the entire deck. Just watching all kinds of like WSOP and EPT stuff. I've seen pocket 10s get folded incorrectly so many times. So, why you on tilt is not alone in making that kind of mistake. Overpaid took a long time to make the re-raise to the all-in. We can see that that's because he was on the fence the whole way with the 2 sevens there. Maybe why you on tilt and Overpaid have played together before, and maybe Overpaid did that with aces last time. You never know. Anyway, pair of kings for Clovis, and Overpaid was never that interested in this hand. Pocket 5s, no thank you. I agree. Gogak is just kind of slowly folding his way into oblivion, but, you know, what can you do? I haven't seen anything egregiously tight from him. He's just not getting the cards. And the blinds are getting huge. You know, it's like, let me pause here real quick and remind myself of the blinds. I believe they were 20-minute blinds. Wait, what the heck? Yeah, they were 20-minute blinds, and I believe they reduced to 12 after late reg. Easy pickup for Overpaid. So far, I'm very happy. None of the OSS games that I've been planning on covering have been spoiled by draws, or I mean, deals. And the only games that I have left to cover are the OSS 258s, the real big ones. The main events. There's 3 of them, but I'm going to cover all 3 of them. Trips for WhyDoYouFold. Under the Bridge are just 2 overs and no, well, frankly, nothing. And yeah, this is not going to be a big pot. Under the Bridge might take a stab. Actually, if he takes a stab at it, it might be for all his stack. WhyDoYouFold's loving this because Under the Bridge has so few chips left, but yeah, he's going to go for the bet. I don't blame him after going for the check on the flop and just not getting it. I would probably bet there too. But yeah, it just didn't quite work out. But hey, chips are chips. He got some of them. Then again, he's going to go all in here, and I think that'll get through. Yeah, the 3 big ones, the OSS 258, I think it was 258. Pretty sure it was. Let me just briefly fact check myself here. Yeah, it's 258. There's also a 278 that's actually happening at the same time. I can't possibly keep track of all that. The 258 was known about for me when I made my schedule. I could easily do the 278s as well, but I'm going to pass on those. They're going on at the same time, and I don't want to keep track of 6 different leaderboards at the same time. 3 is enough. I'm choosing the 258s. Our gainer with a suited ace. And good thing he folded. Under the bridge is a better suited ace. And we've seen him 3-bet all in with ace-9, so he'll certainly do it with ace-10 suited. Clovis, again with a tough decision. He's gonna go with call this time. He had jack-10 last time. He says the ace might be good. It's not. And that is nothing. He needs a 7. Still nothing. And overkill for Under the Bridge. Nice double up for you from Great Britain. Remember, each player here represents a country, and we are now 24 minutes in with no eliminations. Ace-King versus Queens. Mitigator versus Clovis. Let's just speed this up here. Well, our gainer might get in the way, actually. No, he's not going to. So, Mitigator with the all-in. Clovis will probably reshove, and the rest of these guys have no hand. So let's just get this over with. And let's flip. Overpaid, you can fold now. You can fold now. Are you multi-tabling? You made the final table of a $2,650 tournament and you're multi-tabling? That would be quite the flex. Well, nothing exciting in that flop. Nothing exciting in that turn. King or an ace, or Mitigator's out of here. And we finally have an elimination. The Mitigator fought valiantly as our short stack, but he's going to have to settle for 8th place. It's the first Aussie I've seen make one of these final tables. He'll earn $7,837 for 8th place in this tournament. Clovis extends his chip lead. I don't think he's lost a chip lead the whole final table. Under the bridge with a very playable king-queen suited. And he's going to go for the all-in. Overpaid, probably was waiting to call and see a flop, but I don't know if he wants to do that now with ace-10 suited. And Clovis, I'm sure, will fold the 10-9. These shoves are with a purpose, though. The blinds are huge, so any increase to your stack is probably worth it. Yeah, he does fold. Technically the wrong play, but I certainly would have folded there, too. Oh, the blinds went up again. Overpay with a couple of 5s. And he's just going to shove, which I guess is fair because the effective stack there is only 11 big blinds. I forgot Clovis is over here and he was under the gun and already out of the hand. Couple of 10s. Why do you fold? Under the bridge with a suited king. Alright, we're actually going to see a flop again. We haven't seen too many of those. Why do you fold with probably not his favorite flop? This hand's over. Why do you fold and Under the Bridge have, of course, been involved before. Under the Bridge did not get, too rowdy in that earlier hand when Why Do You Fold flopped a set, and that's why he's still here. Looking good for Why Do You Fold, though. I don't think he's lost 2nd place this whole final table. Our gainer has actually been softly losing, I guess. Just not getting dealt a whole lot, and just the chip stack is slowly dwindling, although there's a nice pickup. Big bully move by Why Do You Fold. That was for at least 60% of his stack, and Overpaid had a substantial amount left. I would never ever open shove blind v blind with that much at stake. And he's doing it again. Like, he just doesn't care. Like, those are huge risks. If he happens to be wrong and they have a huge hand, he's in terrible shape. Kogak's not going to call a 5-3. Never mind. I mean, this should be self-explanatory when one guy raises and everybody else has a crappy hand. See? Crappy hands. Clovis does not want to mess with the only other big stack at the table. At least not without a good hand. Is that 5 in a row for why do you fold? Streak ends here. Hard gainer with a pair, and he probably has to go for it. 10 big blinds, just enough fold equity. Why you want tilt? Could call, but I would fold. Ten big blinds does count as fold equity here. Okay, now Gogak with the 2 kings. And he honestly still might get this shoved through because the rest of these guys have such bad hands. Although why do you fold might just call anyway because of the PKO aspect. He is going to call for the PKO. You know, on the off chance that he's up against, like, ace, queen, ace 10 or something like that. Well, ace 10 would be bad, too. But if it was ace, queen, that jack 3 wouldn't actually be in all that terrible shape. We could see that it was in terrible shape against the kings, and this hand's already pretty much over. But hey, $3,750 if you knock him out, so I understand the call. At very low cost to his stack, but obviously that was not going to work out. Gogak gets a courtesy double up. Clovis, by the way, look at that bounty. An overpaid. It's a tremendously large bounty as well. It gets better for Gogak. He's going to go with the min raise, which is usually extremely suspicious. And good laydown there by Hard Gainer. You know, anytime you see somebody with 10 big blinds make a min raise, your radar better be up. Overpaid with a couple of 10s. Just calls. Gogak with a suited ace. Let's see what he wants to do here. He could just call. He could raise all in. He's just going to call. And good thing he did, because that flop is absolutely nothing. Overpaid. The only one who actually hit that flop. I should have it on 1 speed, though. $320,000 from overpaid. And that should finish the hand. Another pretty anticlimactic one, but, you know, we'll have a few of those. I don't think we've had a break yet. But these guys have just been grinding away at all these hands. I'm surprised he didn't show the ace-queen suited there. Hard gainer. Yeah, I like the fold there. I think he can find a better spot. Fancy move there by Clovis. 3x. See? 3x. Unlike why do you fold, he thinks that 3x gets the job done plenty of times, and he's right. I like that. Hard gainer with the 2-8s goes all in. I think that'll get through. I can't see under the bridge gamble. He is going to gamble with Queen Jack. I don't know about this, but again, it's a PKO, but he has to understand that if he gambles and loses, that's pretty much his whole tournament as well. Did he come all this way to go out with Queen Jack offsuit? But he wants a knockout. He hasn't had any knockouts yet, and that flop's not helping. That turn card's really not helping. Nope. Close, but no cigar. Pocket 8s, double up for Hard Gainer. Under the bridge is absolutely crippled. Brazil is still alive. UK decimated. Now, with 8 players in 8 different countries, it does kind of feel like some kind of World Cup parlay. You can tell a World Cup type story with this. Under the bridge, yeah, I'd have to go all in with that tiny stack at this point. He has nobody to blame but himself, though, going for it with Queen Jack. Overpaid should fold. It's a double. Oh, he's going for the double kill himself. We saw him go for the double kill earlier with the 2-7s. Now he's doing it with Queen 10 suited. And this time, the flop does help him. I think he is actually the favorite now. The 10 doesn't help him. Why you on tilt would still have a better kicker, but the queen would work in any spade. Overpaid now has 12 outs twice to win this whole thing. Under the bridge needs a 6, and it can't be a spade. He's in terrible shape. There's an ace, so you on tilt in great shape now. Under the bridge, unfortunately, as the short stack this time cannot win the side pot. You on tilt in good shape to win this entire pot. Under the bridge only stays alive with a non-spade 6. And you on tilt needs to dodge a spade or a king to stick around. The Jack of Hearts, you on tilt wins the whole hand. Under the bridge with the incredible feat of finishing 7th in a PKO with 209 entrants and never knocking anybody out. Seriously, that is kind of impressive. But $10,450 for you. I'm sure that will soothe some of the pain. You got a 4 times return on investment, and you should be proud of that. Gogek. Go get him you on tilt. Go get him. I hate that move so much. I don't know why. I just cannot stand it when they make this so cute little move where they almost go all in. When it's just so obvious that they're 100% pot committed. Just gotta dodge a 9. Yay. Maybe he just did that just because he knew that he just wasn't getting any of the cards tonight. I mean, Gogek did what he could, but obviously you don't get cards. You don't get cards. Great run from Gogek. Just no luck at the final table. 13,000 plus for him. Everybody else guaranteed were 15 large. You on tilt has gone from perennial short stack to all of a sudden 3rd out of 5. And decides not to press any further with ace-7 against the king-jack of WhyDoYouFold. Though ace-7 is kind of awkward. And he would be covered. Clovis has been the wire-to-wire chip leader here. Ace-queen for a hard gainer, who is just kind of sneaking his way through at this point. WhyDoYouFold with a pretty nice little hand to play post-flop if he wants, but he doesn't want to. We established this. He hates post-flop play. Hard gainer with a chance. If you saw that hand, he would obviously play, but man, it's hard to want to commit all your chips with just ace-8. But if he does, that'd be a really heroic play, and I'd like to see it get rewarded. He does go for it, and of course, there's a 6. Yeah, that's why I couldn't make that call. Because so many flops like that can happen. 6, and he's out. All right. Hard gainer. Well done. You snuck your way into 5th place. And again, you just didn't get the cards. Not much to say. Great call there. You made the right read, but just didn't work out for you. 15,675 for hard gainer of Brazil. Okay, good. It didn't miss an exciting flop. This hand sucks. WhyDoYouFold manages a gut shot. Fear the king 10. And he takes a absolutely negligible chip lead. We'll just call it a tie. Overpay with queens. 11 big blinds. Could make a small raise, actually, if he wants to. You on tilt might just call the small raise. No, he's going to go for the all-in. I don't know what I would do, personally. But why you on tilt with a pretty easy fold here. Why you on tilt has the distinction of being the last person left with a nice even number for a bounty. Oh wait, no. Clovis has somewhat even of a number. Ooh, overpay with ace queen now. In a three-way hand, let's go. Overpay with a pretty good chance to chip up big time. Clovis with a iffy decision here, to say the least. 2.2 million with just a couple of fives, and why do you fold to act behind? I'd fold. He's not going to. He wants the bounty, but he's going to need to see another club. That queen gives Overpaid the best hand. He needs a 5 or a club on the river to knock out Overpaid. King of clubs. Clovis does it again. Overpaid from Canada. Taken out in not too brutal fashion. It was a flip after all. But nice play from Overpaid. He gets 4th place. Why you on tilt trying to join this three-way game here between Why Do You Fold and Clovis. And while our Canadian friend takes home $22,859, everybody else guaranteed over $30,600. And hello, straight flush draw versus top pair. Oh, this is gonna be something. We'll finally get to see some post flop poker here, because our short stack still has 25, 26 big blinds. Boo! Yeah, I'd probably go for the check raise too. With that good of a draw. Why Do You Fold has absolutely enough to keep going if he wants to. He's going to try it. There's the king of spades. It's a black king. Clovis loves that card. He does have the straight. And with that check raise going, does he want to keep the hammer going? Yeah, he's going to keep the hammer going for a big one. Why Do You Fold with a good chance now to get away from it? Yes, everything going Clovis's way on that board. Oh, he removed the evil green circle. 3.5x. Yikes. Clovis chose violence on this hand. This is why we have the 2x button. Ace queen suited. Clovis probably will call here. Pulling away a little bit. Why you on tilt with close to the nut no pair. That flop is pretty ragtag. Makes the bet. Clovis does just fold. Pretty standard. There's our break. Raise from the king 8, which three-handed is absolutely justified. And Why You on tilt does not want to risk his short stack yet. Can't hide for long. $2.2x raise. Clovis with a couple of 2s. They just love pushing all in with tiny pairs. Why you on tilt? Even three-handed, this is a big commitment with ace-5. How much does he know his man, though? Now, he does not want to risk it. I would fold there every time as well. But if you got the big stack, I guess the rule is always go all in with a pair of 2s. Why you on tilt needs a 7 to complete the straight. Of course, the 9 was already good. Now he has 2 9s. And I do believe Clovis is drawing dead. No draws. Should be over with now. Why you want tilt has to be content with a small pot so far, and that can't be easy to accept. Oh, here we go. Ace Queen. Perhaps time for the 3-bet. Doesn't have to be all in, but could be all in if he wants to. He is going to go all in, and 8-9's not going to play. Here you go, getting a little bit of chips. 27 big blinds, plays 48, plays 79. He's a double up away from being right back in. He's already a factor. His one double up will severely hurt the other two players. WhyDoYouFold obviously would be hurt much worse, but, you know, one double up does shake up the game pretty severely. So he is a factor. Hard not to be a factor when there's only 3 players left. They both have a 7 with a bad kicker. Although, that small card means that the small kicker will play. The WhyYouOnTilt is in good shape here. He needs to fade a 6 or a 4. Or a really, really big bet by WhyDoYouFold. He's the one doing the betting here. The question is, WhyDoYouFold? Is he going to turn it into a bluff? I foresee a check here. 7-7 Queen Jack 8 will take it. Yeah. He's definitely a factor now. He's getting up there now. 34 big blinds. Another Ace Queen. Doesn't get to play it, though. I'm surprised he folded the King 5 there. 3-handed, that's not so bad. Seven should play. And not a bad flop at all for WhyYouOnTilt. And then WhyDoYouFold. And I would not blame any of you guys for getting these guys mixed up. So I'm glad that I have the flags next to them. So, you know, this guy's American, this guy's Ukrainian. Not sure if WhyYouOnTilt is like slow playing, like he's super sure that the pair of sixes is good, or if he's just playing pocket roll here. WhyDoYouFold with, I think, enough of a board that he can continue fairly credibly. He's going to go for it. WhyYouOnTilt needs to summon a lot of courage to make this call. It's just a 6 with pretty much no kicker. You know, either he's got it or he doesn't, pretty much. He is going to give him credit. Well played by WhyDoYouFold. If you're going to keep continuing your betting, it has to make sense on the turn, and that was a decent card to keep going and trying to represent strength. Not a great card, but good enough. Clovis does not play back with the pair of aces. Well, with the 1 ace. And that could end up in his favor now, because anytime an ace hits the board and you just checked your option from the big blind, your pair of aces is really well disguised. So WhyYouOnTiltBruh with a pair of 6s, certainly with good reason to think he's got the best hand here, because he wouldn't check back with an ace, and he wouldn't check back with a pocket pair, except he did check back with an ace. He checks there. Clovis can now bet anything reasonable, like 850 is probably what I'd go for, and it should get paid off. You can go for more than that. WhyYouOnTilt with a very nice fold, actually. I don't know if he smelled a rat with the ace in particular, but maybe he thought the 3 worked, or the 3 clubs. But he was right to think that his hand was no good anymore. All in with the weak ace. Jack folds. That was the plan. Pair of 10s for WhyYouOnTilt. The hand that he folded erroneously a little while ago. he's still here. Clovis has nothing to go off on there. Curious min bet by YU on tilt, but it still gives him the pot. Clovis said, you know what? That's a weird min bet, but I have none of that. Of course, he said it in Russian, I'm sure, but I don't speak Russian, so you get my English. And my English isn't even that good to begin with. Hey, that... Never mind. It's revealed that I'm also sort of watching another sport while I'm commentating on this. YU on tilt goes with the small... Actually, that's a pretty hefty bet considering the size of the pot. But WhyDoYouFold is going to call with absolutely no draw. He must have a plan on the turn. If YU on tilt checks, WhyDoYouFold is definitely going to make a play at it. There's the check. WhyDoYouFold? It's your time to shine. 750. Because these guys seem to be going for much bigger bets, and they're still doing it. I don't know if it's just the fact that this is a high roller. Yeah, he does fold. I don't blame him. Complicated play there. It works out nicely. We actually see... Oh, shoot. We actually saw a lot of calling the flop to bluff the turn in, like, 2007 through 13 or so. Yeah, this was pretty much inevitable. And there's another queen for WhyDoYouFold. Coolers happen, and YU on tilt is just in awful shape now. And, oh, that's one of the runners he could have gotten. Now, the queen of clubs is out, but he needs... The two of clubs also is no good. They'll give WhyDoYouFold a full house. But any other club... Oh my goodness! Runner flush saves YU on tilt's life, and he is still here with 10.6 million and change. Ace King now for Clovis, and WhyDoYouFold just shell-shocked after that great flop going for him. Completely understandable, you know, holdings to get it in with. So WhyYouOnTiltBruh can't really be faulted for going in with 20 big blinds and ace-jack suited three-handed. I mean, yeah, anybody would do that. But what a run out. That's just dirty. WhyDoYouFold at least has the discipline to get away from that one and just presumably quietly move on, but yeah, he might be yelling a few things in Ukrainian. YU on tilt does not have to ask that question to WhyDoYouFold. Lotus with king high. Make it keep going here. Nope. They each hit a pair here. Clovis with the worst of it, of course. I saw Clovis end up in a tie for first with WhyDoYouFold for a short time there, but he's never been below that tie for first. Two pair now for YU on tilt. Clovis can still win with a queen or two, though. There's another patented large bet. They all three have a very similar playing style, don't they? Again, I don't know if that's just a factor of being in this company of high rollers, or if these three just happen to play the same way like that. They just go for maximum pressure, and that's just what gives them the edge over any competition. I'm gonna try that sometime. Because I usually bet pretty small relative to some of these guys. Except sometimes they bet really small like that. Like, they've bet really small sometimes, but then on the turn they bet real big. So the thing about that is, if you all play the same way, then nobody's better than anybody else. That's why I do not subscribe to Game Theory Optimal. If everybody played that way, then the game is super boring. Everybody has exactly the same skill set, and nobody wants to think outside the box. Ooh, that card's outside the box. Why do you fold now with trips? Why you on tilt still could get a diamond, though not really the kind of diamond draw that you really feel like chasing. Although given that price, I might still go for it. He is going to go for it. So nice bet by Why Do You Fold, a completely safe river card. Unless, of course, he was packing 5-4. But I think at this point you have to take that risk. Why Do You Fold is just so short. I think this is an all-in. Yeah. Why You Want to Tilt with an easy fold. Not sure anything other than, like, Queen Jack or something like that would call him, because he wouldn't have had Ace Queen. He would have made a move earlier in the hand with Ace Queen, but maybe Queen Jack could call him there. Makes a move with King 7 there. You know, finally, King X is making some moves here three-handed. Took him a little bit longer than I thought they would. Couple of yaks. And that should... Actually, we might call with Jack 6 suited. Three-handed, it's not the worst hand in the world. Nope. Okay. It is the worst hand in the world when you're up against two jacks, though. Six, 8. Great flop for Clovis. Why you on tilt with none of that? Clovis does not go for the bet, though. It was unraised pre-flop. Why do you fold is still just kind of meandering through. Clovis hits a pair, which he did need, to be fair, but not really the card he wanted to see. Any 4 now beats him, and he doesn't want to hit 2 pair because that would give Why You On Tilt a straight to the 9. Clovis is good for now. He still checks. Why You On Tilt could very well represent the 4 if he wants to. Doesn't want to, though. 2 of clubs. Anyone with a 4 now has a 6 card straight, at least. Clovis with, I assume, a blocker bet for the minimum, and Why You Want Tilt doesn't even want to call for the King High showdown value. I might have called there just for King High, honestly. But he was correct to fold there. Here we go. This should be an all-in. Yep. Pocket 5 versus Ace Queen. Why do you fold with another chance to get right back in it, but he needs to hit something. Not working. Not working. Why do you fold? Just runs into terrible luck against Why You On Tilt, bruh. That was standard, but I mean the really big hand before that was just nasty. Nasty run on that hand. Why do you fold? A great effort. Earned his way into 3rd place. $30,696. The rest of you guys, you're playing for the bounties. And look at Clovis. Look what Clovis has. Not trying to say that Why You On Tilt's total there isn't impressive, but Clovis, it just has okay. I'm not talking impressive. Look at that flop. Why You On Tilt with trips. He turns 7-3 into trips. Clovis wants to be terrible. Why You On Tilt tried the evil green circle earlier, and now Clovis wants to do it. I mean, objectively, I guess I could see it with 52 big blinds to 49 big blinds. However, it is still extremely cowardly, and I hate it. And it completely craps all over the spirit of the game. So we're basically tied now. Why you on tilt with an ace? Certainly may raise, but there we go again. That's what I said earlier. You check back short-handed, and an ace comes out there and it hits you. It's really well disguised. Although Clovis with a pretty good check down kind of hand with the pair of sixes. Now, Why You On Tilt could probably bet this and get a call because the 4 is just a really weird card to start betting. And of course, Clovis with the pair of sixes can beat a 4. So he will keep going. That Queen of Clubs doesn't complete a whole lot of hands, but it completes a couple. Clovis may find a fold here. But in any case, Why You On Tilt has taken a slight lead here. See, now he's actually going for a relatively small bet. It's not like super small, but he's changing it up now. Instead of going for like the 1.3 million that we would have seen this whole final table, now he's going for just 696,000. Clovis find the fold. Has been given another 15 seconds because of the break, and he's using all of it. And he used it incorrectly. No, I probably might have paid that off myself. It sucks when you use all that time back and you still make the wrong decision. Oh, he wised up. Okay, we're playing for it all. Well, not all of it, of course. I would never advocate a winner take all, especially for this kind of a buy-in. Neither player has to be thrilled. Neither player has to be upset. Check, check. Okay. The ace kicker wins. Next hand. Five, 3 hits some of that board. Needs a 2 to make a straight. 6, 8 hits none of that board. And when your head's up, you probably can chase gut shots. Oh, now Clovis has a gut shot to a 7. Wouldn't this be the most random straight of all time? He almost used what was left of his time bank just to check. But he managed to make a bet at the very end and get him to fold. True heroism. Ooh, here we go. All diamonds, but they both fit pairs. Minimum bet from Why You On Tilt. Clovis. Just a call. And there goes the rest of the action. Or not. Nice. Just keeps on firing with that fourth club. Or fourth diamond. Well done. That's why he's a high roller. That's more like it. Thinking outside the box. Not much thinking here, though. No pot to fight for here. Why you on tilt with ace high? It's good. Clovis can't win unless he bets it. He'll try. Will he make the call with ace high? I think he can do it. Nice. Nice little curiosity call, and he pulls a little bit ahead of Clovis. Yeah. Heads up can be just incredibly tedious when they both completely airball the flops. But Why You On Tilt, bro, is definitely using his momentum now. Pulling a little bit ahead. Clovis is doing a lot of limping for You know, somebody who was the chip leader for basically the whole final table. I probably raised there with a suited queen. I've also noticed that playing online poker, when we get to heads up, the speed of play goes up tremendously. Ooh, here we go. WhyYouOnTilt probably can make this call. No, he doesn't want to. Well, let's just raise a little too much. Maybe WhyYouOnTilt heard me and, you know, said, you know what, that guy's right. Clovis has been a little soft on the raising lately. Maybe I should give him credit here. Here we go. Clovis has a really big hand now. WhyYouOnTilt with a raise, which is totally understandable with a suited queen heads up. I mean, I said I would have raised a queen 5. But that's going to come back at him. 4x, and that should be a fold. Limp with an ace again, and this time it will not work out. 5-3 outflops him. And WhyYouOnTilt has to feel pretty good about his hand now. Does go for the minimum bet there. Clovis with enough of a hand that could definitely call for some showdown value. He is going to do it. Jack of diamonds. Third diamond on the board. Don't think either player is going to be super worried about that one. But it should go check. Not because of the diamonds, but just because they both don't have much. Two big hands goes quietly, though. And that board completely whiffs them. The king-queen bets, the ace-2 folds. That could have been a pre-flop raising war. But it was very much a stalemate. WhyYouOnTilt thinking about raising here, and does. Lewis with a 5-queen offsuit. Not quite good enough. Not for 1.4 million. Yeah, that was a pretty big raise. Ace-jack suited again for Clovis. They keep raising really, really big whenever they do. Yeah, they're either limping or raising huge. Which strikes me as the way that they used to play poker like back in the 1990s. I'm sure they have their reasons, though. Because I've seen them around. They are definitely proven players. No hands. I am a little bit surprised by... I couldn't even finish the sentence. I was going to say I am a little bit surprised by the relative softness with which Clovis is playing heads up, but he immediately... I couldn't even finish the sentence. See, that's how you know I'm a good commentator, is they prove me wrong before I can even finish saying what I'm saying. That's how you know that I'm a good commentator. And that's actually a reasonable raise size, too. They've proven that wrong, too. Another complete nothing flop. WhyYouOnTilt is winning most of these. But Clovis picked a good time to boost up there. You know, there's reason why he's folding a lot of these, so that when he does decide to take a stab at it, there's credibility to it, because he's not been doing that very often. So, you know, it will work sometimes. Not this time, though. If he goes for it, it is not going to work. WhyYouOnTilt in a great spot, top 2 pair. Not too often you can say top 2 pair with king 3. This is literally the only flop that you can get top 2 pair. Anyway, 10 of hearts, not good for WhyYouOnTilt. If Clovis wants to continue bluffing, that's a great card to keep going, especially because he has 1 heart. 1.1 million based on the way. 931. That's actually in the neighborhood that I would bluff. Still a little higher than I would bluff, but Not bad, though. Yeah. Oh, and now the board pairs. So Why You on Tilt just has King, King, 10, 10, 3. That run out is just disgusting from his perspective. There's the third heart on the turn, and then the extra pair he didn't need on the river. But Clovis gives up, and wisely so. I think he was still going to get a call, but he was not going to be thrilled about it. Ooh, here we go. 2s against King Jack. There's the raise from the Jack King. Will the 2-2 commit the customary all in? As soon as there's any pushback, boom, I have a pair. All in. Boom. Okay, good. I like to see some restraint with pocket 2s, because they're not that good. And there you go. Pair of kings for Clovis. And he could use it. He's not winning too many of these. Why you on tilt? Just because he has that pair doesn't decide to see another card. It's the 9 of diamonds. Clovis is not fond of that. Why you on tilt? He's probably feeling about it. He has, of course, the 2 of diamonds. Clovis checks. Why you on tilt with a huge chip advantage? Of course, knows that if he blows this and doubles him up, he's only got 8 million behind. He decides to play a little bit more careful. That 4 of spades is a complete brick. Clovis has to feel at least pretty safe about his hand now. And there's the big bet we're used to. Why you on tilt with seemingly an easy fold here with just a couple of 2s. Seemingly an easy fold. This seems like an awful long time to go into the time bank. Just saying. You might actually need that later. I don't think he needs that here. Did make the call. He did go for the call there, and it was way off. Well, I don't want to say way off. Clovis only had a pair, but, you know, much better than the pair he had. No nothing hand here. Oh, there you go. Why you want to tilt with pair of jacks? Clovis with air. Okay. They're pretty much even again, with Clovis still having just a tiny bit of an advantage. Oh my goodness. Limp with ace king. I'm going to laugh if Clovis actually goes for the limp here. No, he is going to raise. Why you on tilt says, aha, you activated my trap card. Clovis says, yeah, well, I can beat it. I have to assume this is going to go all in right here. I have to. Yeah, there we go. The domino fall has begun. Clovis can push for the rest here. Why you on tilt with ace king? You can't fold this one, heads up. No way. Not a bad flop, though. Queen or ace now. Twice. So that's 7 outs twice for Why You on tilt. I think he'll take that flop about every time in this situation. Maybe not every time. Well, that's nothing. That's no help. Ace or a queen, or else Clovis is our champion. Yes! Clovis has won this tournament. Why You on tilt with a tremendous effort. And no fault of his own there. That's just the way the cards set themselves up. Ace King against Kings heads up is incredibly unlikely. But there you have it. We have another champion at OSS 221. Clovis with an incredible bounty. Look at that. 209 players. And that is, what, 30% of the entire bounty? Something like that. Just rolling in bounty bucks for Clovis. Over 120k overall. Well done. So that'll conclude that one. And like I said, next up from me as a commentator is OSS 258, where there should be 3 of them. Although I do anticipate that maybe a few people, maybe 1 or 2 of them will end up in a shop. I'm kind of overdue for one of those to happen because I've been very lucky that these have not ended in shops. But, yeah, we'll see. So that'll be the next you see of me. And then after that, June 4th is the finals of Next Moneymaker. I'll want to do that one as well. Again, if they don't shop. And after that, I don't know. Might take a break for a while. All right. See ya.